Noble, let me tell you something. I'm gonna let somebody else speak. Noble, most men, if you just tell the truth, the worst crime that you ever committed to a woman was liking her too much. If I'm talking about, you can get with a woman that's attractive, and when she first meets you, she think you attractive. Then when she starts speaking to you, and you tell her how beautiful she is, oh, good morning, queen, you like her too much. That shit turns her completely off, and she thinks she's supposed to mistreat you or completely dismiss you out her life. I don't know why that shit is. I can't even explain it. But that's the most. That's the
Right.
worst crime that most good men commit when they dealing with women. It don't matter what you got. If she don't choose you, there's nothing you can do. If she do choose you, there's nothing you can do.
Wait, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The problem sounds like you're just making friends with the wrong women, just from the description of the women that you're hanging out with the twerking and all
Okay.
that stuff. Not to shame these women or anything, but there are plenty of women who don't fall into those categories or are not actively teasing you. There are tons of modest women who don't even participate in those activities. So maybe you need to make friends with other women so that you're not so sexually attracted to them that you even think of saying those things.
Okay, can I speak, Noble? Can
Yeah,
I
go
can
ahead,
I
Black
speak to
man.
what you just said? Okay, so the thing is, how I learned female nature. What brother's speaking on is female nature, right? Of the majority. He spoke about sexual liberation. This started back in the 70s. So once you have a generation of women teaching their daughters a certain thing, it becomes the norm under majority circumstances. So how I learned women nature is when I started working for a women's clothing store. I managed a women's clothing store for 7 years, and we used to have conversations. And they used to ask questions because I'm the only man around. I was the only man around for 7 years, and I was all women, like customers and everything else. I worked with women and everything. I got pushed up on by women all the time because I'm a man in woman's space. I was, you know how it happened to women when they get in a man space, they get pushed up on, and women
Right.
make attempts at them. Women did me that shit. Like a woman I used to work with was like, oh, I wonder how that thing tastes, right? They used to do that. So, it happens. Women do the same thing, but women say things and they absolutely mean another thing. Men out here are just confused because women talk so much shit and they want to move a certain way, but they want men to be a certain way, and it's all over the place. This is not just a who he picks. It's just the nature of our community. The black community is messed up. It's just the nature of our community. Yes, there are tons of women, like you said, that are out here that don't act that way, but the majority, the vast majority, subscribe to city girls, and we're talking about the younger women right now. We talk city girls and the hot girl summers. The vast majority subscribe to this stuff. It's
Uh,
just what's going on.
one second before you speak, Sing Sam, I want to ask, what do you want me to call you, ma'am? Do you want me to call you Car? What do you want me to call you?
Yeah, it's car.
Okay, Car. How old are you?
I am 19.
Okay, you're 19. Um, so how many? How if you know if you come in contact with 10 men, out of those 10 men, how many of those 10 men do you think just want to be your friend?
I would say like around one, but I don't have a lot of male friends in general.
Okay, why do you think you don't have a lot? Okay, why do you think out of 10 men, only one of them would actually just only exclusively want to be your friend? And why do you think you don't have a lot of male friends?
I don't have a lot of male friends. I'll answer that first because when I was younger, men used to irritate the hell out of me. So I just chose not to be around them. But for the first question, I think it's like everybody in society, with men and women alike, they tend to choose people that they are like attracted to or they find like physically appealing because that's what like human nature is attuned to. So I would rather like form relationships like off the first go off of just like people I have common hobbies with.
Okay, so not because you have common hobbies with someone, not because both of y'all go to the gym, not because y'all be at Barnes and Nobles, not because y'all be at Starbucks, whatever the hobby may be, that doesn't mean that that person is not going to find you to be physically attractive. Like you just said, like you just acknowledged, most people for the most part have relationships with people that they deem that they deem to be somewhat physically attractive. Now that's not to say that 100% of everyone's relationships for both men and women. What's up, Miss Sabina? That they find every that doesn't mean every man that every woman that he has a relationship with that he finds her to be physically attractive and vice versa. But for the most part, both men and women, people are going to form physical attraction is what initially brings people in. So for both men and women, for most men and women, if they don't find someone to be even the slightest bit of physically attractive, there's not really even going to be any sort of conversation going on. So when you say stuff like, well, men need to like, try to be, you basically were trying to say that men need to like try to be friends with women that they don't find to be physically attractive. Most men are not even going to have any conversation with women that they don't find to be physically attractive. The same way most women are not going to have any sort of conversation with men that they don't find to be physically attractive. Like at the end of the day,
Well,
like everyone was
yeah,
raised
I can
differently.
agree to that though. Like I can agree to that.
Okay,
I think the
let me
problem
let me
is
let
we
me
need
hold
to
on. Let me
stop
say one more
making
thing.
these answers.
At the end of the day, every young man wasn't raised to like, I don't even want to say reduce a woman to her body, but even approach a woman in that manner. Even if even if they know that in the back of their head that's the only thing they want to do, or if given the opportunity that they would take advantage of it. Every man isn't raised like that. But most men have relationships with women that, given the opportunity to sleep, if she gave him the opportunity to sleep with him or to sleep with her, they would take advantage of that. And that's why you and a lot of other women know and acknowledge that most men are not just trying to be your friend. So if you know most men are not trying to be your friend, why would you feel some sort of way? Why would you try to label a man a creep, a weirdo, say sexual harassment, say a man is coming on too hard if he's being honest and upfront and direct with what his intentions are for you? If you already know that given the opportunity that he would take advantage of it.
Well, I don't disagree to that fact. If someone is upfront with you and tells you like what the intentions of the relationship are, I think you should respect that and then either choose to continue to be a friend with them or leave them where they're at.
Okay, Carl. So this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Then I'm gonna let you speak, Sing Sam. So my thing is my whole point is for you and a lot of other women, if y'all really want men to be 100% honest with you in what their intentions are for you and the dynamic of the relationship that they want to have with you, and you guys are aware of what I'm about to say. You guys, it's a delusion that a lot of women fight every day. A lot of women think that a lot of women say that they got all these male friends and stuff. If you have so many male friends, call your male friend at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. on a Saturday morning, on a Sunday morning, and tell them to come over because you're trying to get into certain stuff, and see how many of those guys actually will come over and try to engage in that activity with you. Let's see how many of those men will say, I'm just your friend and I don't see you like that and I don't want to get into those type of activities with you. So this is the last thing I'm gonna say. At the end of the day, if you and all these other women want men to be 100% honest with you in the dynamic of the relationship that they want to have with you for the rest of your life, you will quickly learn you and all these other women's delusions will be quickly deaded when every man that you come across for the rest of your life tells you that, listen, I'm not interested in making you a girlfriend, never gonna make you a wife, damn sure not gonna make you a mother. I just want to be able to like have a friend with benefits type of situation. I hit you up every now and then. You come over, I come to where you at, we do what we do, and we go about our business. A lot of women that talk about, all these men are playing games, they be wasting my time, they're not assertive, they're not
Wait,
directive in
I
what
don't
they
want to
want.
interrupt you,
It's
but
because they
wait,
don't like you. A lot of you women have relationships with men that don't like you, and that's why you experience the things that you experience.
wait. Because that was a lot of like information, and like my brain is kind of a little bit slow sometimes. So can you sum it up in like one sentence? What was your point?
A lot
Like
of you
not
women
even a
do.
little
A
bit.
lot of you women have relationships with men that don't like you.
Yeah, so I still think that's just a problem that people in society just make terrible decisions when we make friends. Like I try my best not to make friends with people that I'm physically attracted to, and I can say I'm not attracted to like a wide majority of my friends. They are like the complete opposite of my type. So the problem is where you need to like stop actively choosing to make friends with people that we're attracted to, and just simply make friends with people who share common interests and hobbies with us.
Yeah, Yeah, you're very different. I don't think a lot of men and women are gonna do that. I don't think this summer. I don't think people are gonna be outside. You know, I don't like. You know, men aren't. And I'm gonna say this, then you can speak, Sing Sam. You know, men aren't going to get like haircuts, today, and going and like putting on fresh outfits for tonight, putting on like putting on some good cologne, so that when they go outside they can when they go outside, whatever club, whatever lounge, whatever bar they go to tonight, so that they can like um be seen, look good in the eyes of a woman that they don't find to be physically attractive. And I don't think a lot of women are going to get their nails done today, going to putting on a nice dress, getting their hair done, they lashes, they eyebrows. I don't think they're doing that so when they go outside tonight that they can be physically attractive in the eyes of a man that they don't want anything to do with. That's just not reality.
Yeah, yeah, that's the point. When they do all these things, they're doing that to attract people, not in a friendship way, but in a romantic manner. And like I see people saying get female friendships, but I like girls too, so I can understand in both ways. I don't make friends with people that I'm physically attracted to most times because I don't want these issues to occur. And they're usually pretty obvious that they're not physically attracted to me and the type of people that they pick and decide to date.
Okay, that's respectable. Sing Sam, thank you for waiting patiently. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, that's some old school stuff, brainwash, right? I'm gonna tell you something, man. When I really found out about a woman, man, is when I got into the swingers world, okay? And I was a bouncer at a club, so I know I could write books about women. Now these women be talking about they be friends with people, friends with guys. Man, if she get in the bed with that man, it ain't no friends. The thing now is friends with benefits. I mean,
Facts.
people want to get mad, talking about they want to be friends. Okay, be their friend. But guess what? While you being their friend, believe me, is a nigga coming in the back of that door, getting that thing. While you study, paying for the drink, paying for the going out with them and all this, but somebody getting that, believe that, and don't be brainwashed. It's just real. Like that brother was up there talking. That brother was most real. He most real about that situation about women and men. And that's what I want to say.
No, you 100%. You speaking 100% facts. But I mean, men. I think most men have that understanding though. So like most men, I think a lot of men are like understand that you know um you just gonna play a different role in different women's lives. So for one woman, you may not have to put in much effort or any effort at all, and you're gonna be able to just slide and get the goodies. But for some women, you are gonna have to like put in effort, and you are gonna have to be the guy that's gonna take her out. You're gonna have to invest, time with her, whether it be on the phone and stuff like that. You aware that there's another guy that's not doing the things that you're doing, and he's getting what it is that you want. I think a lot of men are aware of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Simon. Go ahead.
We had to live with it. That's why I got kicked out of so many people's lives because I said they talking about we need therapy. No, women need therapy more than men. The black man compared to the black woman need more therapy than the black man because they are lied to. The black man had to face the truth most times. We had to face it that she gonna spend my money, eat this food, and I hope I can get some, but I might not. But if she say no, I gotta just go and just take it as a loss, like income taxes. Gotta just take it as a loss. But so we had to live with the truth. They need the therapy. That's why they tell us we need therapy. No, y'all need therapy because most of y'all are mentally disturbed and you've been lied to for so long that somebody need to sit your ass down and tell you the truth that you're the problem.
I think men do need therapy. Considering the rate that they commit crimes at, I think men definitely need therapy because somebody has to be a little bit mentally disturbed to be committing some of these crimes that are happening today.
Okay.
Blackmail. What you
Wow.
got to say on what you've been hearing, brother?
Wow. So men, are we talking about black men? Let me ask a question before I even assume anything. Are we talking about black men, sister?
I'm just talking about like men in general.
Okay. So
I'm speaking about
so the
black
thing is about committing crime. So because what you just kind of made an assertion is, men in general, because the way they commit crimes, they need therapy. And I want to tell you that, the reason for crimes is basically, people do crimes out of for different reasons. Some out of necessity, some out of they think they can get away with things. And just understand that men are just naturally we're innately and biologically created to do damage, right? We are weapons of mass destruction in ourselves. That's what we do. If you look at from the beginning of time, we have the strength, we have the fortitude to do damage because we're just like animals. On a basic level, we're like animals. You're not going to go up to a lion or tiger or whatever, a male species, whatever, anything, and think you're going to do anything to them. We're protectors. We're protectors for a reason, right? Now, some men, I will tell you, some men don't understand um, how to manage this nature. They don't know how to do it because a lot of men weren't raised under men to understand that. Now, that's a problem in our community in itself, because we don't have a lot of men that don't understand, we are what we are, right, as a male. No, we're not evil. It's not just men are not evil. We're capable of doing bad things, but there's a lot of people that use them bad things or they use that type of stuff for good. Police, firemen, different people like that. So it's not a thing that men are bad because they have these things. That's what the society is trying to tell women. They're trying to take masculinity and make masculinity something evil. It depends on how you use that shit. And we have a lot of women right now that are going to jail. Women going to jail for violent crimes and everything is up right now while men are declining. So there's something to say about that also. Go ahead, bro.
And Black Man, 1 second, Sire. I'm Black Man. I want to ask you a question. And Sire, you can speak, and then Supervillain, I'll have you speak. Black Man, when you spent those 7 years, working with and amongst all those women, and like you said, when you're the only man in that environment, you're going to have a lot of women making passes at you. You're going to experience a lot of things at the behest of women. Do you think like even that one example that you had given, do you think that woman felt any the slightest bit uncomfortable or felt that there could be any repercussions of her saying something like that to you? Do you think even like throughout all the time that you worked with those women, that any of those women felt uncomfortable or felt that there would be any repercussions of them making certain passes at you?
No, they treated me like a piece of meat, brother. I was only a piece of meat. They reduced me down to my phallus. I was made into a sexual object, brother. I'm telling you. And it hurt me. It hurt me to my heart.
Yep. Let it science. Let it be a man though, especially in the workplace.
Exactly.
Let it be a man. Let a man come at a woman, even a woman in this room right now. Let it be a man come at a woman like that, especially on a consistent basis.
But Noble, let me tell you something. Because I studied the supreme wisdom and I know how long we've been on this planet. I know what we're responsible for as black people. The black man is the original scientist, and the black woman is the mother of civilization. The best therapy you can give a man is a woman that's a real woman in her true identity. That's the best therapy you can give. Therapy is only a person listening without being prejudiced. That's all therapy is. These women have denied their roles, so men gotta go to somebody else and pay them $100 an hour to listen to their problems. Men, the best therapy you can give a man is a woman. Now, all you brothers, if you come across a good woman, it makes everything better in your life. No matter how bad it is. If she's saying, "Baby, it's gonna be all right. Tell me what happened. Let me try to talk to you about it. Let's work it out. Then give you some of that warm and wet. Man, shit is gonna be all right. And you know I'm telling the truth. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. That's the best therapy. But our women have become so hard and have denied their roles and have forgot their place in the home that we got to go somewhere else and talk to other people at the barber shops, and we got to talk to people in the break room and all types of shit. Therapy is only a person listening without being prejudiced.
Super villain, super villain. Talk to a super villain. How you feel about? How you feel? What you got to say about all this, all the topic, all this stuff?
Yeah, the topic's going a lot of places. I first got to address the main reason I came up here is to address the bullshit that Carr said. As far as when Sion was talking about the lack of character in a woman's friendship over the years, man. And again, I'm not even coming at her personally. She's only 19, so this ain't really coming at her hard. It's just lack of this. I'm thinking maybe lack of experience. The most hateful women towards each other and their own friends are women themselves. I don't know a woman that hate on another woman more than her own friends. I've been with women who will talk to a woman's face, smile, cut up, whatever. She get in my car, she's like, "That bitch crazy. I don't know what's wrong with her. Like, but you was just friends with her." It's like, yeah, I don't even want to fuck with her no more. Like but then they'll be on social media like liking each other's posts, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
You just told me you don't really even fuck with her.
Right.
It's like the most hateful woman is like they'll get like a man like he's like, "Oh my God, girl, congratulations!" I'm like, that nigga ain't shit though, for real. Like, I don't know why she like you just told me. So it's like behind their back they act like, oh, they behind their back they hate them, and they every time they get around they got something negative to say, and they face they smile cute. "Oh my God, girl, you look so good." I don't know why she wore that shit. She look a hot ass mess. that's they're the number one haters towards each other. On the second point, I know women on the opposite end where I've dated them. It's like I don't even have female friends like that. I should have known when I was younger that was a sign. But I was like, I don't even have female friends. Like, why? Like, I don't get along with them. They this and that. Like, they catty. They disrespectful. They this and that. Same things I just said.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I saw it from social media or TikTok. They said the only time women come together is like in the comment sections or like on TikTok or something like that. In real life,
that you don't know enough women to know anything
Hold on,
different than
vintage
that.
caller.
I don't know why
It's his
you're
turn to
talking
speak. Please
right now.
interrupt.
You just joined. It's crazy. So, anyways, women in general, not speaking on all. I don't know if I had to clarify that. I don't know 100% of women to speak on 100%. I thought that was common sense.
Right.
Most women act like that. And if you don't understand that, then you haven't been around enough women, most of them. So that's on that topic as far as what Carr said. Women in general just don't fuck with each other, even if it's out of their peripheral, because it really happens behind your back and you just don't know it yet. Until y'all have a falling out, then all that shit gets blown up in your face, and you get on social media and it gets nasty. As far as the topic, as far as the directness and the bluntness,
Right.
when women said like, "Oh, I want that," like the woman's like, "Oh yeah, I don't have a problem with it." You can't even fathom a world where men are 100% cutthroat direct to you. For you to say you would want that, you can't fathom the shortness that men would have towards you. We men in our nature, we like to, I don't say like, a lot of us like to be, loving and all that stuff. But if you just said, "Nah, we don't got to do all that," you get right to it. Your feelings will be hurt immediately by the men you think love you and look out for you and all that. Like, "Oh nah, I just wanted the draws. I really don't care about your day. I really don't care what happened at work. I really don't care how that dress. Like, I want to see you out of that dress anyway." You're not prepared for a world like that. So y'all got to stop thinking like, "Oh, we want men to direct." No, you really don't.
I don't want to interject too early, but I do
You did,
think
but it's
that would
okay.
solve a lot of issues with like our friendships if they were a bit more direct, so that I said this earlier, so that I know what they're on, and if I want to stay their friend, I can choose to stay their friend, or if I disagree with that, then I can just not be their friend anymore. I would rather someone just tell me, "Hey, I only want to be around you for sex," and I can be like, "Oh, well, I don't want to have sex with you," and just not be their friend anymore. I don't need friends that don't see me like
Okay,
validly in a friendship.
Car. So what? So
Hopefully,
Car, like I said earlier, and what Supervillain just said is that if do you understand that if you and every other woman wanted men, like he just said, if you really wanted men to start being very blunt and directive, like the women in these messages were 100% of the time, do you understand that 95 to 99% you will learn very quickly. You won't even be having a lot of small talk. Your time won't be getting wasted at all, and you will realize that a lot of these men have no interest in being your friend. Do you
It's
understand that? And that is something that
Yeah,
is
I
that
can
something that you will
understand
be all
that.
right with?
yeah, and we're
I
fine
would
with
be all
that.
right with that. I
I'll be
prefer
fine with
Okay.
that.
productivity over wasting my time.
Yeah,
Now, Noble, but keep in mind, like I said, when I said this, and I mean this with no disrespect, ladies, I swear to God.
yeah, we would
When I
just move on to another dude.
right, I'm glad you said that. So when I said like they can't fathom that world, Noble, I mean they literally cannot fathom it. They can't even to even accept to even envision and say, yeah, I would want that. They literally can't. I don't think they understand the
Why are you
magnitude
making assumptions
of
about women what women
again,
can and can't
Vintage, vintage,
I said
vintage.
I
Please don't vintage. Please, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to speak next. Please don't cut him off. Okay, we don't do that over here. We talk one person at a time. Please go on mute. You will get an opportunity to talk next. We don't cut people off over here. Go ahead, supervillain.
so yeah, like I said, I mean it with no disrespect. So when I said they can't fathom it to envision and say, yes, I want that, like to even make that judgment, I don't think y'all understand the magnitude of that how many men. When I say like when Noble said like 99%, it would be like 99.99. Like I think there might be one dude out there that may genuinely care about your day and not just be interested in draws. Because even then, he's still gonna want draws and just he probably gonna be like, all right, I'm tired of this conversation now. It's gonna be because women could go on about their day like a motherfucker. So it's like, all right, I care a bit. All right, when you gonna get in the kitchen? When you gonna bust it open? I'm
And
tired.
and and Cyan and Blackmail and Sing Sim and Super. I'm about to say something, and I want you to most of the guys that you guys most of the men that you choose to entertain and sleep with and have babies for and vibe with and this that and the third, a lot of these men don't even be knowing if they even like you at all until after they sleep with you. Post nut clarity. It's called post nut clarity. It's a real thing. A lot of these guys not. I don't want to get too deep into it, but just know that post nut clarity is a real thing. Supervillain, do you Cyan, Blackmail, Sing Sam, what are y'all, is post nut clarity a real thing?
No, but can I say something real quick?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
mean
go
to
ahead.
interrupt you, host. No, this woman, natural guy, she said, ladies, they telling you who they are. That's the thing. Yeah, when this is exactly to the topic, that's why I wanted to touch on it. When we're telling the truth, women like that's really the warning. They like, ladies, they telling you who they are. They're bad men. No, I'm telling you because I actually want y'all to actually learn from these things so y'all wouldn't be in bad situations. Like y'all always say that men lie and cheat and do all this stuff because they didn't tell you who they were. I'm telling you, majority of men think this way. And instead of you accepting that information and say, okay, this is how men think and move accordingly, you think it's something where it's a negative, and you want to get what the men are going to lie to you. And that's why men lie and play games and are indirect in the first place because it works. And then y'all get mad and hurt at the end of the day. So I wanted to point that out.
Cyan, really, before you speak, Vintage, I want to hear what Cyan and Blackmail and Sing Sam have to say on post nut clarity.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, a woman choose. If a woman like you, if a woman really like you, you have a successful relationship. As long as she feel lucky, you can. I done seen men cheat on them, do all kinds of dirty shit to them, but they will tell their family, "Shut the fuck up, don't bother him," because she like him. If she like you, if she choose you, you ain't gonna have no problem. If you choose her ass, she gonna cheat a couple of times, and then once she realized the dude that she fucked and it wasn't gonna be good for her, then she might say, "Well, you know what? Maybe I made a mistake." I speak from personal experience, brother. I'm not telling you no fairy tale shit. I'm telling you from personal experience. I listen to people when they talk. I give everybody a chance to speak. And from the shit I done heard from women, they need help. They are mentally disturbed and they really need help because they've been lied to. You could put 100 women in a room and one of them can stand up and tell a complete lie, and all of them will say, "Yeah, girl, that's right. You put 10 men in a room and one of them say some incorrect shit, brothers are gonna line up and say, nah, brother, that ain't right. You got that shit wrong. We gotta make improvements. Tell me I'm lying.
You're not lying.
You know, I'm gonna tell you, we living in a different world, man. Back then, it was called courting, right? Where two people come together, they don't have sex. They stay, the mothers and daddies say, sit in that room. And y'all just get to know each other before y'all have sex, okay? Now, when you're young and you want to get with somebody, you're gonna have kids, and you're gonna raise those kids up. That is probably the best thing to do. But when like this generation here is to me, it's a little different. It's about men. Men don't want no woman friend. I don't know unless you're gay. Okay, y'all could be the best. Y'all can be the best friend. Gay man and a gay woman. Y'all could be because gay man ain't gonna want your sex. So y'all can be. But a real man that want a woman for what her anatomy or whatever, he's gonna want sex from her. And I don't know why would a woman want a male friend? I don't understand.
Exactly.
Why?
Male validation.
If she want a
Male
male
validation
friend,
because they live off of that.
if she want a male friend, you just
Wait,
not it
as
for
a
her,
woman,
brother.
I can say that some people do want male validation, but others it's kind of just like they just become our friends from proximity. Like if a man is like constantly kind of around, eventually I'll have to talk to him. And if I like his personality, then I'll be his friend. Nothing to do with him being a man or anything, because I view
Well,
everybody just as human. I don't really care.
fine as you are, you would torture him.
If
Oh,
if you
sis, you
got
don't
if
you
you
don't
over
believe there's a
50
difference between men and women? Like biologically, there's a difference between men and women.
She like
Of
girls.
course there is.
No,
Of
I
course
understand she
there's a
like girls, and
difference
that's nothing
between
wrong
men
with
and
that.
women.
I smashed a bunch of women that only like girls. I mean, that's nothing wrong with
I
that.
like
I stay
girls
in
and
Atlanta.
guys. That's just incorrect to say.
She's so
No, no,
fine
no,
that she get whatever
no,
she
no.
want, brother. She get girls and
No, but I
she
understand.
gonna get whatever
But
she
I'm
want
just
because
I'm
the
speaking for the
man
fact that even women that say they only like girls, and I understand she likes both, right? But I'm just saying to the fact. Let's go to the extreme of women that say they're lesbians. I've been in that lifestyle. I smash women like that. I stay in Atlanta,
exactly.
and they want a little something every once in a while. Every once in a while, they want to get
Yeah,
something
because
reached, right?
sexuality is not
They
rigid.
dissatisfied.
Sexuality is
She's a
Can
very
I say
fluid, and I know
something
y'all are
about
gonna
that?
say no, that's not the case, but it is.
Repeat
Kinsey
repeat that,
scale.
sis. I'm sorry. Repeat that, sis. I'm sorry.
Kinsey scale. Sexuality is a fluid. It's not rigid, and women are usually, socialized to be more accepting in exploring their own rather than men. So that's
Exactly.
Well,
probably why.
I'm not speaking to women being bisexual, sis. What I'm saying is that
Yeah,
even the
you said
women that
lesbian,
say
and I said that
no,
sexuality
okay,
They
is
but
experiment.
fluid. Yeah.
what is hold on? What is lesbian though? What does the term lesbian mean?
Ain't a such
What does that
thing.
Being
mean?
romantically attracted
It's
to
not a
women.
such thing, brother.
Only, right? Only
Yeah.
to it. No, I understand, bro. I'm
Yeah.
talking to the sister about
Wait.
this because she's
Yeah.
talking about fluidness
Being
only,
romantically.
right?
I would
Yes,
say a
but note
lesbian
that
that
I
has
but
sex
note
with you probably isn't exactly a lesbian.
There's
yeah.
no such thing as a lesbian for real.
But
Okay.
note that I said romantic. I didn't say sexual. I said romantically. Because at the end of the day, did they want to be with you?
No,
Did they
no.
want to marry you?
Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Okay. There you go.
I can see that point, sis. I can see that at some point.
Yeah.
All right.
Women experiment, brother. That's just a part of their
Women
nature. They
experiment.
experiment.
So
Okay.
Men do too sometimes.
vintage,
Those
go
are not men.
As often as
Let's not
men,
go.
but they do.
I'm
vintage,
glad you said that. I'm
vintage,
glad you
vintage.
said
Go
that.
vintage. Go ahead. The floor is yours. So speak on the whole men and women being very direct with each other, and why it's seen in a completely different light when men do it versus when women do it, and then you can speak on whatever else that you've heard that you want to speak on.
Yeah, so I do feel like people should be honest about what it is that they want before they come into any kind of relationship, sexual or romantic. Unfortunately, I think that when you're young and you're not mature, you don't realize maybe I should think before I jump into bed with this person. And that goes for men and women because I was like that. And I had to take time when I was about 25 or 26 to be like, what do I really, really want? And in that time frame, I decided to be celibate for like 4 or 5 years because I realized I want to date to be married. I don't want to have sex. I don't want to go through the rigmarole. I want to date with the intentions of marriage. So I took that time. I was honest with myself and I was honest with other people. And that meant that a lot of men walked out of my life. That meant that I wasn't able to have relationships that I thought I was, but I had to make peace with that. And now I'm in a relationship with someone who loves me. She's actually going to be here today. And yeah, but I took that time for myself and I was honest with myself and I was honest with everybody, including her.
I'm sorry, I mean, was there, have you always been into women, or was there a point in time where you were into men? Okay, you've always been into women?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Did I go?
Yeah, go ahead, Edwin, go ahead.
Man, it was some points that Sean.
Hold on. Vintage, you got me. You got some background coming in.
It was a point that Sean had said. I can't remember because we got, it was so many different other points. But a lot of the things I hear is men not understanding women. A lot of men don't understand women. You can be direct with a woman, but it's a way you got to be direct, right? I'm not gonna tell a girl, hey, I'm fucking a gang of girls. I'm gonna tell her like, hey, I'm not in a space right now to be solely with one person, and I'm looking to see other women. That's being direct. You don't have to tell them I'm fucking hoes and all that shit.
You have to be an asshole about it. I'm sorry.
Right. You don't have to be an asshole because of it. If somebody tell me they don't like me and they say, fuck you, nigga, I don't like you, I'm going to take it offensive. But if you say, hey, bro, I don't really rock with you like that, and that's just what it is, I'm going to be like, I respect that. So it's a way of being direct, right? It's ways men got to understand when we're saying, oh, these women don't like this and that. Well, guess what? They haven't been taught to like shit. They don't have no example of what a woman is. The same way we don't have an example what men are. So to blame them for not having an example and not wanting to be a guy who was willing to teach someone who was willing to learn. I'm not saying teach a woman that don't want to learn shit, try to force it on them. No, if somebody want to learn how to be better by you being solid and you being respectful and having integrity, then a woman is gonna want to follow that. I don't come here to impress no motherfucking body. I don't come to impress no woman for shit. They gonna be impressed with me if they impressed with me. If they don't like me, they don't like me. I'm not gonna convince them to like me. That's not my job. My job is to fuck with who fuck with me. And we tend to go about looking at women and want to be upset with what they like because they don't like us. And now we want to say, oh, she likes this type of guy. Well, let her silly ass like that type of guy and find someone who likes you. And I find beautiful women that like me. I don't have these issues that these guys say they have. I don't point the finger at I don't point. And
after you go, I want to interject too. After the brother,
I don't point fingers at women, bro. It starts with me. I take full accountability for what I do. What the next person does has nothing to do with me. It's all about what I do. It's all about what I do. Go ahead, Sean.
Well, listen, brother. I understand what you're saying, and I once was in the headspace that you're in, and I know exactly what you're saying. That I don't have a problem with a woman choosing the man she chooses. The only problem I have is this: once you choose the man you choose, and then he fuck you over, you come to me with 3 babies in your arm, talking about, can you be a stepdaddy? Can you help me out?
Hell no, I can't.
I know. That's the only problem I have. But listen. All I could do is tell the younger generation from my personal experience was not to fall a victim to. I don't debate with women. I don't listen to women. The only woman I debate with and listen to is the woman that's in my kingdom. Every other woman, I don't even listen to them. I'm talking to the brothers. I speak to the black man for the black man. I don't really listen to what women talking about. We got 2 women on here giving advice, and they're very intelligent, but they licking on the same body parts they got.
Right. That's their thing.
Let me interject to get away from get away from that right there. That last point. Hold on. Okay, sister. That last point, right? We're gonna strike that from the record because that was kind of, whatever. But no, the brother. This is the reason why we talking about this. It's not because our personal life is in disarray or whatever it is. It's because we are on a public platform that can be viewed by millions, possibly, right? And the younger generation needs guidance.
Right. Can I go?
I'll be 50 in December, right? Yeah. So the older guys, I'll be 50 in December. And I realized that a lot of times we go from generation to generation knowing stuff, and the next generation doesn't get that lesson, and they have to relearn the stuff that the last generation understands. So these conversations are more to try to paint a certain picture or show things that is not the popular narrative, right? We get all day long, like you can talk about a black man all day long, anywhere in America, and whatever the person says about that black man will rock, right? They will talk about a black man that he's this, he's that, and it will be believed. Nobody challenge that shit. But let you say something about the nature of black women that is a visible reality, right? That's a visible reality, but nobody don't say it because you can't say this, right? You're not supposed to say this. And the thing is, people, guys coming up under us, they're not going to understand that nature. And we're possibly, by not having that information, we're possibly creating people that might come along and unalive black women because they don't understand the nature. They're just thinking it's this certain type of black woman that's being this way, and it's just her, when it's actually a woman's nature to be a certain way. A lot of times it's just biology.
Exactly.
So
So let me say
so
this to
so
you, right?
by shedding light on that, bro, just one second. By shedding light on that, right, we are not really, I mean, we're trying to educate people. It's not about being mad at black women. It's not about bashing black women. It's just about education. And we're having conversations that people didn't have back in the day. That's all it is, bro. Go ahead, bro.
So let me say this. So in the way in which you go about educating is talking about a woman with no example of what a man and a woman is supposed to be. Is it properly the right way? You want to educate, hey, if this type of woman is dealing with you and you're dealing with that, that's probably not the type of woman you want to deal with. You want to deal with someone who wants to learn what integrity is and move in a certain way. So if we're talking about, and I got off the point what I really was trying to say, but I'm back on it right now. Here we go. We complain about things that we already know, right? We know the nature of women, so we educate on the nature of women, right? But we don't bash the nature of women because it's what women are. You can't change the emotions of a woman. They're gonna be emotional regardless. So as a man, as you as a man, Black, as you as a man, Sean, we need to educate on understanding this is what women do, and this is how you need to move accordingly when you're dealing with this type of situation. You either stay with the woman of integrity, you move with the woman who has no integrity. You move away from the woman that has no integrity. But we don't say, oh, yeah, women are doing this. We know that. We're problem solvers. We're men. We are problem solvers. So I don't save who don't want to be saved, right? I don't educate who don't want to be educated. I don't waste my fucking time. So let men understand you don't waste your time with somebody who don't want your time. You don't put your time and effort in trying to convince someone to like you. We're not doing that. What you want to do is you want to build your kingdom, as Sean said, and you want to invite whoever wants to be a part of that, who you want to be a part of, you invite them into that. You don't invite fucking Cardi B into your kingdom. She's gonna fucking contaminate it because the man that she's dealt with has contaminated her to be conditioned to be a certain way to men, which is robbing people and drugging them. I don't want no motherfucking woman like that around me. Am I gonna bash her? No, I'm gonna say that type of woman you don't want to deal with. You want to deal with a woman who moves with integrity, who tries to take accountability when you don't make her feel attacked. When you make women feel attacked, they're not gonna defend it. They're not gonna fucking take accountability. They're gonna defend themselves. So when you're saying these
So,
type of
so
things, go ahead.
it's not about that woman. Like if we use Cardi B, and I like to stay away from these popular people because people feel some kind of way because they idolize these women. But just because you brought up Cardi B, I'm gonna use it, right? So if we want to talk about Cardi B, it's not about Cardi B at this moment. It's about women that might think what she's doing is okay to point it out. It's not about
Right.
bashing Cardi B. It's about pointing out the
It's not.
nature,
There you
the
go.
actions of Cardi B, and then the ideology that she portrays. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we talk about bashing women, but when in reality, like, it's not about bashing women. It's calling out certain type of women. And when you put a modifier on something, this is something like that kills me on this app, right? Men will say certain things. It'll be a modifier there. Most women, which means it's not all women. And women come back and say, or people will come back, not even people, because there's panders on here that come be like, all women aren't like this. Well, when I said most, I negated what the fuck you said afterwards, right? I'm not talking about all women. I'm talking about the nature of majority of women. If they're not in a certain headspace, if they're just following the popular ideology, the city girls and all this other stuff, if they're doing this, they're following the popular ideology, the mindset of majority women that
Right.
society likes to prop up. That's the women I'm talking about. So like people start to get sidetracked and start talking about stuff that we're really not talking about when we already explained it to the
Right.
fullest by putting
And
these modifiers in.
yeah, let me say this. And that shit is annoying. But understand your audience. You was talking to an all female audience and some feminine men. You say the wrong word, it's gonna trigger something. They ain't gonna hear shit you saying. You can say the whole truth and nothing but the truth. But if you say the wrong word to a woman, it will trigger her. She will block you out and defend herself.
Let me say something,
No,
brother.
that's not me. It's not me. It isn't this.
Wait,
It's not me. So that
but isn't that
happens.
like a sign of an immature woman, though? Like a
No.
woman that
And
hasn't properly
and
understood
that
her
would
feeling?
and I would go further to say that would be with anyone, because I've said some things to dudes that I'm
Right. So
glad I
what
got
I'm
out my
saying is,
life,
so it goes back to Black Point. Most women are if you're saying that, then most women are immature because most women I talk to, and I love the women and I take up for y'all, you guys get triggered. So I have to be careful with the words I use. I have to be more
yes,
patient.
and the same
I
thing could
have
be.
to hold on. I have to be more patient and detailed with you. It's not a you thing. I understand the nature of you. So I have to be more patient because I love women. So I have to understand, but I do not pander to women. I do not make you I say the same shit in a different way that makes you understand because we are two different beings. You are a man and I'm not you woman. You are detailed. We are simple. So I can tell Black like, yo, those shoes are black, blah blah. You will say those shoes are black. They got red laces. They got this. Y'all describe the whole fucking shoe. So I understand that. So when I speak to you, I have to be more detailed and patient. When I speak to Black and Sean, I can say two words and they gonna get the shit off rip because we are two different things and we need to understand that so we can understand each other. We do not understand each other, and that's why we're at a fucking gender war with each other. We don't
Edwin,
understand
Edwin,
But
each
wait a
Edwin,
other.
minute.
really
Okay.
quick, really
But
quick.
to your
I want
point,
to say
bro.
something to
But
Edwin
just
really quick.
go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say something to Edwin really quick. So Edwin, I hear exactly what you're saying. I think where I am going to differ from you, Edwin, is I understand. Like you said, I'm saying you're saying that I'm saying the same thing. I'm just saying it in a more palatable way for the woman, if you will. But like at the end of the day, especially like on this app, like everyone's grown at the end of the day, Edwin. I don't believe in coddling anybody because when these women are talking to men about men, Edwin, they don't try to. And listen, I know this. You, myself, black male science, when these women are saying these things, you know why I don't get offended or even bother to put a cape on or even get involved in the conversations that they're
Right.
having, Edwin?
Me too.
Because they're not talking about me. I'm the complete opposite of the
Bingo.
man that they're
Bingo.
talking about. But these are grown women, Edwin. They don't need to be coddled. They don't need to be spoken to as if they're 3-year-old little girls. They don't like the message at the end of the day. No matter if black
Mm,
male gonna say it this way or if Edwin gonna say it in another way that's gonna make it try that if Edwin gonna go out of his way to try to make it more palatable for them. They don't like it because what is being said applies to them and they don't need to be coddled. They're not kids. No, I'm gonna say it. I'm a man, so I'm gonna say it
right.
how I want to say it, whenever I want to say it, however I want to say it. And I'm gonna be directive in the manner that I say it in. If you don't like it, well, too bad. I'm not about to change how I'm about to say it to you so it can be more palatable for
Right.
you because you're not gonna like it no matter how I say it.
Right. And that's
Can I say
accountability,
something?
right?
Yeah, you can go. You can speak after Cyan, Edwin, and then Corey, you can speak.
Listen, brother, I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't care what you say or how you say it. If it's a real woman in her traditional form, the original black woman on this planet, who been on this planet ever since this planet existed, when she hear a man speak, it's gonna turn her on. When I hear a real woman speak like Scheherazade Ali and certain women on this platform, it turns me on. I know that's a person that I can build with and that we share the same principles. If they don't share the same principles with me, I don't give a damn about them hearing me no more.
Exactly.
I speak to the women that's the real original people on this planet. That's who I'm speaking for, and that's who I'm speaking to. If I'm not speaking to you,
Exactly.
I already know what you are. You're a Jezebel, you have a Lilith spirit, and you're going to do everything sexually to deprive yourself and keep yourself away from motherhood and a wife structure. I know your end results. It's all mathematics. The black man is scientist. We deal with formulas. We looking for
I,
a certain equation.
I'll say this, man. I feel like women are designed to be with one man, and that one experience can carry over. That's why men don't even understand why they ask about body count. It's a chemical thing, right? It's because women tend to carry each person over to the next relationship. So they expect certain different things from all these other guys they've been with because they have been conditioned to be this way. So if a woman doesn't know how to have integrity within herself, she'll never grow up with it. And to speak to the host when you saying the children thing, I mean, honestly, man, when you're in a relationship, a woman tends to get so submissive to you. She started acting like your child in a way when it comes to certain things, not everything, right? Like she might want to play hide and seek and shit like
Exactly.
that. So at times you may be acting like you're as you speaking to a child. Sometimes it might be that, and sometimes you might have childish situations where you need to be taught to in a certain way to get to understanding. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I hear
sometimes
what
you
you're
have to.
saying.
Sometimes you have. Man, y'all know women, bro. Like this
Let me
understanding
speak.
God
Let
help
me
women.
speak. Okay, let me speak right
Go
quick
ahead.
to the tone too, brother Edwin. So the thing with this, right? I don't police how men talk about or see the message, and I'm gonna tell you what the reason why. I don't be like, well, men supposed to do this, men supposed to do that. The thing is that as men, we supposed to stand on our square. Whatever our square is, it's not for me as another man to
Yeah,
judge
yeah.
you based
That's
on what
that's
your
fact.
issues are, right? And women going to gravitate to that. So that's why, like, when we have these conversations, when men come in and start talking about other men with the way they relaying messages and shit, I have a problem with that because let's use the kingdom analogy, right? They had different kingdoms and kings ruled in different ways. But the way people allowed these people to rule is because they gravitated to whatever they were doing. So women will
Hey,
gravitate to me because of whatever I'm saying, right? And there'll be a certain type of women gravitate to you based on what you say, and Noble
absolutely.
and Sion based on what he say. So us like going back and forth between men, right? It's
Oh no, no, no. I'm not
it's
truly direct.
counterproductive. It's counter.
I'm I'm
What's
not
that?
truly I'm not truly direct. I can see you guys are, y'all on code. I see that. I'm talking to the people who
Yeah.
aren't on code. So the
Okay.
ones who
Gotcha.
aren't
Gotcha.
on code that have no
Okay.
idea. So yeah, that's how you got to clarify. I'm clarifying for you, my brother. The ones who aren't on code who have no value within themselves, right? You guys have the way y'all run y'all thing. I have mine. It works for us. Everybody's shit works for them, but a lot of the guys shit who isn't working for them, which reasons why they blame women for everything. Those guys are who I'm talking. I want to help them. I don't want to shame them. I want to help them understand how to understand women. Once you understand women, it becomes easy to deal with women. It's so easy for me to deal with women because, like you said, I stand on point. What you say? I stand on. I know the word. I just forget. Standing on that is gonna make motherfuckers gravitate to you. Okay, this is this faction over here. I don't know if his name is Sean. I'm not too close to my
Cyan?
phone. Sorry, he got his faction, how he runs shit. He gonna have his crowd. I have my shit, how I run it, and everything works for us how we run our shit. But for the young men and the older generation who's like, man, women are this and that, and they don't get it, and da da da. Yeah, you guys have to come. You guys have to have some type of fucking integrity. You guys have to have some type of fucking structure and boundaries about yourself. Y'all ain't got no boundaries. Y'all here throwing dick to everybody. I don't throw dick to everybody. This dick is value. My time is value. I don't just give it to people. That shit ain't free. I've given my time. I feel like I'm giving my time to this platform because I'm gonna help somebody. It could be one of these motherfuckers in this comments, and they might want to talk to me later on. That's all I'm looking for. I ain't looking for a million motherfuckers to follow me. I'm trying to help the people who want to be helped. So when I come up on these things, I'm trying to educate men because I've been the same sucker, the same simp. And I ain't do no research to become who I am. I took life experiences to get me where I am. And I know exactly every mistake I make, I can get it, figure it out, and snap right back in seconds because I understand life. I understand human beings, human nature, which is why I can see both sides and understanding that women need more detail. I can't tell a woman to go get me a soda from the store and she come back with a soda. She gonna say, what soda? What size? What color? I tell Black to go, hey, bring a soda back, bro. He gonna bring whatever soda he see in that motherfucker and I'll be happy with it. You know what I'm saying? But if a woman tell me to go get a soda and she don't give me the details, I bring the wrong soda. It's not the right soda. I didn't want that one.
Hey,
Well,
Edwin,
motherfucker, go ahead, go ahead.
let me ask you one more question before I let Corey speak. So I
Sure, sure.
understand, I, under, I understand what you were saying earlier about, how you can be direct, but it's how you go about being direct. But
Mm-hmm.
my thing is, Edwin, and what I want you to speak to is
Yeah.
why is it, Edwin, that, like I was saying earlier, I could go
Mm-hmm.
outside today and a man to be physically attractive, a man that she likes, he can comment on, that dress that she has on. He can comment on, the amount of cleavage that she's
Oh, I
exposing.
got you. I
He can
got you.
say, yeah, hear me out. He can comment on how that thing is staying in that sundress. Oh, you been in the gym,
Let me ask you
it's
this real
sitting
quick.
right, them girls sitting upright,
Is this
and it's not a
somebody,
problem,
let me
Edwin.
ask you
It's
this. Let me ask you
appreciated.
this real quick. Is this someone that looked at him first?
What's good, Stacy? I'm sorry, what'd you say, Edwin?
Is this someone that looked at him first or is this someone he just noticed? what your analogy is trying to put? Your example. Is it someone that noticed him
Well,
already?
I
Or
got both.
okay, I got you.
So,
Okay,
but at the end of the day, Edwin, at the end of the day, whether like women gonna be disingenuous, but like the guy that they like, the guy that they find to be physically attractive, he's not a weirdo. He's not a creep when he makes those comments when he comes at her that way. But the guy that she dislikes, the guy that she doesn't deem to be physically attractive, she's not gonna appreciate him saying the
right. I
same
get what
thing
you're
in the
saying.
same exact manner. Why is that, Edwin?
It's
Wait,
because
isn't that in both
hold,
cases
Can I
Hold
though?
on, hold on,
ask a
hold on, Carl, hold on, hold
question,
on. I
hold
want
please?
on,
Edwin. I
hold on,
want
hold on.
Edwin to speak.
I got y'all. So what
Jesus.
that is,
Let me get
uh,
dressed.
women. I don't know if y'all know, but women like to chase. And as soon as you compliment a woman, that chase is gone. You already validated her. She already got the validation she was looking for. Free validation. Which means, like, if you see a woman, she's looking and eyeing you in the club or something, right? And you go over there and give out some conversation, she already won the battle in a way. Especially if you say the wrong shit to her, right? If you say the right shit to her, her interest might go up. You say the wrong shit, it's gonna drop. Like, oh no, I'm just hanging with my friends. And I've had this happen to me. I had a woman staring me the fuck down. I went over there and fumbled words, and she was over it. Like, oh, I got a boyfriend, but still stayed in my face, and I walked away from her. So it's about how we go about doing shit. So even if it's a guy of high interest, right? She come out the house and it's a guy of high interest. If you come over and say the wrong shit, she's over it.
I
But if you
really
say,
don't. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I really don't want to cut anybody off. I just wanted to pose one question.
So why you cutting off?
Right,
I just,
exactly.
because I
Can
don't
you
know
please
when anybody's going to stop talking.
wait. Okay. You don't know when he's going. You need to wait for him to stop talking. That's another thing. Let me tell you and a lot of other women something. Not because you should be able to sit down and have a conversation with someone and they
right,
say things that you disagree with and you can wait to speak. You don't have to cut
and
people off.
I actually
and
don't
that
disagree.
and
Okay,
hold
but you
on.
can
Okay,
still
this
wait
is
until he's
cool.
done speaking.
So
Cause now,
that's
Edwin, all this time that I'm taking to talk right now, Edwin could
I'm
have been
losing track.
talking, but now I have to. You cutting people off. Now I got to tell you to be quiet and stop cutting people off, which I've done more than 3 times today. And now we have to wait for Edwin to finish speaking now.
And I'm on your side, love, but that's gonna throw me off track. If I'm trying to fucking take up for y'all, right? And if you throw me off track, I'm gonna fuck up. And I don't like to fuck up, but I'm just playing with you right now. But what was I saying? Yeah,
Now people losing their train of thought.
it's all about like if they have high interest in you, you can say something that makes it go up or stay where it is, or you can drop that shit within seconds. And when a woman is interested in you, she probably already saw you. Don't try to get her attention. She ain't fucking with you. Understand that. I don't even talk to women who don't look my way. I don't go out my way. I don't cross her path because she's not interested. Women got their eyes up on everything. They're looking at everything. She seen me come out the house. She seen my car. She don't give a fuck. She's in a whole nother state of mind. So let her be in her state of mind. And maybe another time might be the perfect time. But right now ain't it. So when a woman ain't looking at me, I don't approach them.
Facts.
And if I can and if I compliment a dress, I'm gonna say, "Oh, that's a nice dress. Where'd you get that from?" That's a compliment. I don't gotta say, "Oh, baby, you got a nice ass dress on. Damn, you looking good in that. That's a nice dress. Where you get that from?" She smiled at me and say, "Oh, I got it from blah blah blah." Got her ass. That's how I operate. I say, "Where you get them shoes from?" "Oh, I got it from here." Or if she hit me with, I say, "Where you get them shoes from?" Um, I don't know. I got it from somewhere. And she just cut me off. She ain't interested. I leave her the fuck alone. We
Right,
need to
being dry.
we need to understand. Yeah, we need to understand when they're not interested. But we trying to raise it. Right? I'm not raising shit. I'm that dude. I'm not raising your interest. You sorry to be interested. If you're not, I'm just not for you. I don't take it as I'm not good enough. I'm not handsome enough. I tell you, I'm just not the one for her. So I'm sliding out. And we need to. That's when you have value within yourself. And that, again, I'm not talking to the panel. I see y'all got your own shit and how y'all run shit with y'all program. I'm talking about the ones that don't know how to run a program, the ones that don't know how to have value and not they don't even know how to correct the one when they're out of line. They just let them get over it, get out of do what the fuck they want. Which is why women don't respect them. We care about respect. We don't care about love, bro. We really care about respect. And when we don't have respect, that shit is just don't sit with us right. But we try to
Okay,
earn
land the
it. We try
boat,
to earn it.
land the
Yeah, I
boat.
got you. We here.
You
We there.
insert.
We there. No, we there. We there. You got it.
Go ahead, Corey.
Let her get off what she got to get off on her chest about that.
Okay, go ahead, Vintage.
I just was gonna ask Car, do you feel a little uncomfortable or weirded out by the conversation happening right now?
Now that's
To
kind
be
of
honest, I don't really care, to be honest, because a lot of the stuff doesn't really apply to me. So I'm just like trying to listen to see what they're talking about. But like, I
Okay.
can understand if you felt uncomfortable.
Yeah, okay.
I
Just
thought you
wondering.
were. Hold on. I yielded my goal to let you answer the question that was asked to Edwin, and you jumped to something else. Why? See, this is what men be talking about right
Corey,
there.
Corey. I'm sorry to cut you off, Corey. With this is a woman, as Cyan said, that is currently licking on another woman, and throughout all her life has been interested in other women. But she's in here, when we're having a conversation about men and women.
I'll
Yeah,
say this.
I'm
I'll
also
say this.
interested in
I'll
men.
say this. I'll say this,
Like
host, and I'll drop.
it's
You
not a
literally
one-way street.
this. I'll say this, and I'll drop, host. You literally just said you agree with what I said. Then you get the time to ask her that question. That's that's silly. I can't defend that. That's silly as fuck. I can't defend that. You literally just told the host for you to speak. You actually lied in a way, right? You literally just lied in a way and said, "Oh, I want to speak to what he was saying. I agree." Then you got on here to, in a way, put the men down and saying, does this make you feel uncomfortable? Not saying you directly did that, but in a sense, you kind of did because you didn't explain why you said that. You just said the shit and then you wanted to cut your mic off. So that is why these
I just
men
wanted to ask a question. That was always my
and
point. I
I'm
didn't want to
telling,
ask you anything. I
I
actually
So
got
agreed
you,
hold
with a
I
on.
lot of
got
what
you,
you were
but I'm
saying. I
telling
just
Okay,
you,
wanted to
okay,
ask
I got
okay,
Car
you, but I'm
specifically. I
telling you.
even said that in the
So
comments.
so let me try to help you
okay.
understand
Yeah,
why
and,
you
and,
cut
and
him.
exactly why
Let
if
me
she's so uncomfortable that
right.
she's here and she's been here the whole time, Edwin.
So what?
It's
Let me try to
okay
help.
to be uncomfortable in
Hold on.
conversations. I just wanted to ask
Hold
Car a
on, Vintage,
question.
and
That's
I'm
it,
gonna be
y'all.
done
Calm
after
down.
this.
It's all right. Get out your emotions.
We're not in our emotions. Just because we
Okay,
have,
are you?
just because we're expressing something too, doesn't, you don't have to label it as an emotion.
Huh?
We're trying to convey to you what you're doing, and this is why these men, I don't have a problem with you, love. This is why these men aren't one and respecting what you're talking about, because look what you just did. You had a moment where you could have said some good shit in your defense or whatever, but you took the moment to talk to Carr about some shit that had nothing to do with nothing.
Time out.
You could
Time
have
out.
DM'd
Time
her
out.
that.
Time out. Listen. I'm
But I'm
finna
gonna drop you.
interject.
I'm
Hold
gonna
on. I'm
All
finna
right, Edwin,
interject.
appreciate
Right.
you.
yeah.
Okay. The situation is what you just did was immature
True.
and stupid because you were just writing back and forth with her in the box because I was also down there. You could have asked her that same question when you was cutting him off in the conversation. This is what men say women are disruptive when it comes to conversations of people trying to unite us. And they're going to use your sexual orientation now and use it against you because of what you just did. You
I don't
interrupted
really
Edwin
care.
when he was speaking, supposedly to ask a question that you could have asked in the box. You was typing down there. That's the crazy part. Now you give people ammunition to attack you. You cutting off everybody when they're speaking. You're not being the solution. You're being the problem.
Wait,
You
Corey,
if
can
you
I say
if you
something
you
real
say you
quick?
interested in no, because I'm still talking.
Right.
Well, after you.
If
Sorry.
you're trying, if you say you are genuinely interested in men, you should be bringing something of substance to the conversation. You should be bringing something that somebody can pick up and learn off of. If you wanted to answer the question that Noble asked Edwin, and you was writing that in the comments, that a woman should be speaking on that. When I gave you the chance to speak, you should have spoke on that. No, you went to a whole situation and asked Carr a whole nother question. That's being condescending, deceptive, just straight out blunt ignorant. And that's sad, bruh. Now you can speak and tell me what you want to ask.
No, wait, Corey, I want you.
Oh,
We're not about to make the show about her. Corey, what do you because she doesn't have, you know, everything you just said is true. So let's get back on topic. Corey, what are your
Wait. It
thoughts?
wasn't her that said that to ask the question. It was me, Car. I don't know if her
Okay,
voice sounds
sorry,
similar then.
sorry if I apologize,
Yeah.
Vintage, if it wasn't you. I thought it was you.
The Vintage did ask you if you felt uncomfortable. Like we're all here.
She did ask me that, but like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. I did have one question about Corey's comment. I didn't take this as a conversation of unity, and maybe I'm just like misunderstanding this conversation. I thought this was a conversation of black men hypothesizing how women react and how they act. So that's one statement. And then the thing about like the women eating coochie thing, I will say he did bring that up before she even made like that a statement, like as a low key an insult. But I was like, all right, that's fine. He can have it. Like earlier in the conversation, without
I
it even like
understand.
kind of being necessary.
I understand,
No,
but
I
that's
brought
what
it
I
up.
said. When Cyan brought it up, I said that will give them ammunition based off of what she did. Now it would say she's coming into the conversation to be disruptive. They will use that against her. You can't give people ammunition. And I apologize if I thought you was cutting me off, Vintage. I didn't pay attention to who it was. But let me get on topic with this situation.